that need to be taken. So it is a fine line between, being here, having a presence, assessing the damage, but also not being a distraction from what the main story is. Guys?
All right, Katie, back live for us in Corpus Christi, Texas. Thank you.
All right, joining us now, former Deputy Administrator of FEMA, Richard Serino. He helped lead the response to Superstorm Sandy. Richard, it's great to have you with us this morning. Let's talk a little bit about, from the perspective of administrators trying to help with the relief efforts, the priorities for FEMA at this stage. How would you evaluate the response so far from the federal government coordinating among all these agencies?
Well, right now, they're still in the save lives stage. There's still a lot of active rescues going on, and that's the priority. At the same time, they're starting to lean forward to look and see what can be done next, looking to see how we can look at sheltering, getting the massive number of people that are going to need sheltering. But the main focus is still on saving lives, especially in the Houston area with all the rain and the flooding that's continuing.
Richard, right now it seems as if FEMA has an emergency response fund balance of about $3.8 billion, which seems like a lot of money. But the damage from Harvey, it is really expected to be in the tens of billions of dollars. They're going to need a lot more money than that $3.8 billion. What does this really mean for the long-term recovery in regards to looking ahead? Right now, we're on the 5th day of this storm. It seems like it's not going to really show any relief until Thursday or so, and then it's just months, really years of rebuilding that city.
This is going to be the new normal. There is not going to be the opportunity for people to go back to the way they were for quite some time. So looking at how that's going to develop, as I said, still rescue life-saving is the key. But as it starts to look forward, $3.8 billion is a lot of money, but in a long, expensive recovery, that's going to disappear pretty quickly. But I know that the folks at FEMA, Administrator Long, as well as a number of other folks, they're focusing right now on getting their job done. Let Congress continue to look at how to get more funding. Right now, it's a matter of getting the resources to the people on the ground that need them right away. Once they finish the initial rescues and looking at that part, is how do we shelter large numbers of people? Where do they have to go? How to do that? Then looking at some of the short-term, getting people into rentals, hotels, Airbnb for a short time, and then looking at what rentals are available. There's only so much space, and how to start to develop that.
Right.
This is a very complex response, very complex issues, but they've been working together as a team, and that's one thing that I've seen that's very good, is the leadership that's been shown by Administrator Long, Chief Nim Kidd, the Emergency Management Director for Texas, the governor, seeing everybody, the federal, state, local governments working together as the whole community, bringing together the nonprofits, the faith-based community, looking at the private sector, how they can cooperate as well.
I know that you worked on the response efforts in regards to Hurricane Sandy. I was reporting on the ground for that superstorm. Are there any lessons that you learned, that people have learned from Superstorm Sandy, that they can apply now to what's going on in Southeast Texas?
I think one of the biggest ones is that whole community, bringing together all the people I just mentioned, as well as bringing together the survivors themselves. We've seen people helping each other out quite a bit. We've seen the Cajun Navy, as it's called. We've seen other neighbors helping neighbors. But looking at is how to start to where people can go. People want to stay in their neighborhoods, where they're used to living, where they're used to socializing, and how to rebuild back there, but take the opportunity to rebuild better as well.
All right, Richard Serino, former Deputy Administrator of FEMA, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. Still ahead, everybody, Bill Caron's joining us with the latest forecast, what he's describing as a, quote, can't-win situation for Houston.
And with potentially 30,000 people in need of shelter, we'll tell you why megachurch pastor Joel Osteen is taking major heat on social media. Morning, Joe. Back in a moment.
We will not be quiet.
This guy's behavior doesn't make any sense.
We will not back down.
That seems like a foolish strategy.
We will not be manipulated or played for fools.
If they did know, that's as bad as if they didn't know.
We will remain resolute.
This doesn't look good, General.
Looking where others aren't looking.
There is something new and big that has just arisen.
Asking what others aren't asking.
Why would the president want Congress to investigate for information he already has?
And wake up ready to do it again.
My name is Matthew Linthicum. I'm an Army veteran and a wind technician. After the Army, I came home to Oklahoma and wanted to build a career in something exciting, and I found wind energy. Most people might not realize it, but wind energy is an American job creator. Wind energy is a